If I get hit by a driver who's at fault and they're insured by Geico, Progressive, etc., how are they going to treat me? What's going to happen? As cute as the gecko might be, and as long in the tooth as Flo might be, let's have a look at how they treat our clients. So let's start with the gecko, Geico. Our experience with them is they're relatively fair. They'll return our calls. We always disagree. They always think it's worth less than we think it's worth because our job is to maximize our clients' recovery. Their job is to kind of minimize it, so we're at cross purposes there. But on balance, Geico's a decent insurance company. Let's talk about Snake Farm. Nothing good will come from you being injured by a Snake Farm insured driver. Our experience, every case, every time, defend, deny, and delay. And those three things really make the claim almost impossible, but not if you hire us. The sooner you hire us, the more likely you're going to get an outcome you can live with. Jake at Snake Farm, he's never going to call you back. So let us do the work for you. Next up is AAA, and they're really well known for their roadside assistance. Just stick to that. Their auto insurance, they're okay. We file so many lawsuits against their insured drivers who are at fault and who've caused injuries to our clients. Yeah, it's kind of a medium experience with AAA, but if you like them, stick to the roadside assistance, but don't go get insurance with them. They're not that good yet. Allstate. We've had good years and bad years. Sometimes they're in a good mood and they work with us really well and they pay our clients decently. There are other times though, when they change their corporate policy and for the next few years, they expect you to file a lawsuit on every single case. They're good at what they do and making sure that they don't overpay. So with a lawyer's help, you might get a much more fair recovery. Our experience with Progressive, and you may know Progressive from the Flo commercials. And the truth is, Flo seems like a decent lady. And our experience with Progressive, the company, is that they're good people. They're decent people. They care a little bit more than some of the companies that we've already talked about. Progressive is a good choice, even for commercial policies. USAA, I'm sure you've seen the TV ads. If you can get it, it's a really good choice, to be honest with you. And if you've been injured by someone who has it, you're going to be treated fairly. We think that USAA has terrific people, terrific processes. They really treat, veterans and the veterans' families like they claim they do. And it's a stand-up company, and we've worked well with them for over 32 years. Farmers Insurance, another huge insurance company, and lots of people in Texas are insured with Farmers, and they're a good company as well. And we've had good success with them. It'd be a good choice, actually. There's another insurance company that not that many people know about. It's called Amica. It's kind of in the top tier, in our opinion, of insurance. It's not the biggest company out there, but we think it's a good one. Another one we're going to talk about is Travelers Insurance. They're going to cost a little more. They're not the cheaper plans. That's the good news, bad news. Because they're not so cheap, they're willing to treat every claim fairly to some extent. We've had good success, and we've worked well with that company. They're good people. So now let's talk about the sort of we really don't like seeing them. Fred Loya, Old American, and Falcon. You should expect a dogfight. They literally will drag a proper damage claim for 6 months. And it's largely, I think, because they write substandard policies. And so those are the companies that have like just 30 and 60, and they don't really write bigger policies than that. They're typically insuring drivers that may have a few dings on their records. We can still maximize the value of your case. It's just, those are the three that bottom tier companies for sure. When I said 30-60, really what I was referencing are the state minimums. The state of Texas requires every driver to have a minimum liability policy. That is, when they make a mistake, when they don't follow the rules of the road, something happens, you have to have some insurance. And the state minimum is $30,000 per person, $60,000 for the occurrence. And so that's when I referenced 30-60. That's what I was talking about. That's the most those companies write, meaning that would be the most you'd be able to recover from one of their insured drivers who was at fault ever. So quick recap. These are the companies that I don't recommend. And that's Fred Loya, Old American, and Falcon. They are bottom tier, the mid tier, companies that, give you a fair value. Their premiums aren't super high. You can probably afford it. And that's Geico, Progressive, Farmers, and Allstate. Reasonably decent companies that'll treat most people fairly. It's a good option if you don't want to spend extra money. Our top tier comes down to USAA, Amica, and Travelers. That's what we consider the best in class for insurance companies. But again, that's our law firm's opinion. Others may vary, but we think that they're clearly a cut above all the other insurance companies that we talked about. If you want to find out more about how critical dash cams can be and figuring out who's really at fault, check out this link above where we watch a bunch of viral dash cam videos. I think you're going to learn a lot about how important dash cams can be.